All right, Jimmy D here from Creative Spark Solutions on an endless journey to be a solopreneur, focusing on well, focusing on being a solopreneur, but actually focusing on how AI can help small businesses. But this is actually a personal little journey. I was let me make sure I'm on that screen. Geez, it's early Friday morning. I got my green drink, ready to work at the Noodle Labs, and I was spinning up a VM, my VM hypervisor, and I noticed that I had an old version of what NoodleNet was, or the vision it was. So this is probably about a year and a half ago. And again, originally NoodleNet was a second brain, and it evolved now into NoodleNet or NoodlePKM, or NoodleNet PKM, which is which is a second brain application. But as I started really digging into how AI was evolving, how rapidly things were changing, I could clearly see parallels in my past history between appliance development and more infrastructure related technology. And I'm going, you know what? It can be an AIOS. It needs to be an AIOS, and it needs to integrate. I'm using the word integrate. It really just needs to be part of the normal workflow, and not something unique to itself that you buy. Anyways, I get into the weeds. So it evolved out of being just a PKM. But I since the PKM is again a personal project of mine, definitely part of the journey. I always find it interesting. So this was, of course, what it would be, and the idea is that with the PKM, it's a second brain, and you're going to add all of your thoughts and your ideas. Which reminds me, there's an idea that I need to add. That's how my brain goes. And you add all those ideas, and in the background, AI does all the busy work. So it just was a general think about it like a vector database. So you just think of a filing cabinet full of your information. You just being able to go up to it and ask, hey, you know what? I have this idea about building a cat tree, and I want it to be um, in the theme of ancient warriors. Do you remember anything about that? And they can go back and find it. Or I want to um, build a supercar. It'll go and find that. Or I want to help client XYZ when they were talking about helping customers with uh, with more personality in what they were doing. So how did I deal with that? Anyways, I make up weird things, but that's how that worked. And so this was that part where I'd go to that filing cabinet and you could ask it questions and stuff. And I also added shortcuts to various tools that I was working on during that period of time. And actually that evolved, as I mentioned, um, that evolved into uh, that evolved into there we go. That evolved into this is NoodleNet Pro, so that evolved into a full AIOS, and I can go into um, another one. Just slow on this box, and I can go into there we go, and I can go into this one, and yeah, no, I don't care. But this actually I just changed it this morning. Um, let's check it again. There we go. Um, I can go into this, which is a PKM personal knowledge management, and you can see that it has the PKM manager. It has the ask engine where I can sit there and just ask it questions. It has a Chrome plugin. It's basically what the second brain is, and it also has the ability to integrate into other tools. Like I was able to log into Joplin, ChatGPT, Google Keep. These are all different ways that I was able to at least get that information and throw it into the second brain. And that's that concept is that I was able to ingest from the various places and get that information. So again, it's just kind of a weirdness of my day this morning. Thought I'd share. This is Jimmy D. Peace out.